Hello, or should I say, hi! My name is Star, I'm your friendly neighborhood go-go dancer, and today we're doing something a little bit different from what my usual stuff is. Normally I make stuff that's related to go-go dancing, adult performance, yada yada yada. I do freestyle videos. People have been making tier list videos. I've seen ones for YouTuber apologies, environmentalist brands, skincare, and I wanted to make one, but then I realized I'm not really much of an expert on anything. And then I realized I just spent the past entirety of quarantine watching all of Drag Race, American Drag Race to be specific, and I feel like I am qualified enough to make a tier list specifically on drag queen names. This tier list video is not going to have anything to do with whether I like these queens or not, whether how talented I think they are or not. It is strictly going to be based on how good of a drag name I think these queens' names are. And I'm only going to be doing the winners, but if anybody wants me to do individual seasons, I can definitely do that. Oh, and also, I decided in honor of this, I don't know if you can see, but I am wearing my Alaska Thunderfuck shirt. So let me set up this tier list and we'll start discussing all of the queen names. And yeah, well, let's have some fun with this. Oh my god, there is a giant doggo outside. Okay, I'm back, and I'm sorry if I seem to be in a bad mood, but I just spent the past hour trying to figure out how to make this thing on this website. Originally I used tiermaker.com, but do not use tiermaker.com. It is so bad, there's so many ads, it glitches all the time. It kept accidentally deleting some of the pictures I kept uploading. I'm losing daylight. That's how long it took on that last website to try and figure this out. Anyways, I found a different website called tierlist.com, which is much better. So I've got all 18 queens here. I'm doing all seasons, all regular seasons 1 through 12, and the winners from All Stars. And the labels here that I have chosen are 10s across the board, which means it's an amazing name, it's funny, clever, it fits with the aesthetic of the person, great drag name. Then I have I can't roll my tongue, so I'm sorry. It's probably just a good, solid, memorable name. The next category is safe, which is neither great but neither bad. Like a pretty girl's name, but there's nothing special about it, and it's not the worst name either. Next one is choices. A line that Tatiana loves to say, meaning that choices were made, not good choices, and that's the type of name that I'm going for. It's a really normal witness protection program type name. And bottom we have Booger Boots. From season 3 we know that there were the Heathers and the Boogers. Boogers just kind of progressed into the language of drag slang. It went from oh, that's so boogered, that look is Booger Boots. That look is the house down Booger Boots, mama. Booger Boots is the worst category that you could possibly be in. And I feel it would have to be, you have to put in effort in order to get into the Booger Boots category. So I want to start from season 1, Miss Bibi Zahara Benet. And I think Bibi is a good name for her. It's a 3-part name, which you gotta be extra to have that long of a name. It's harder to remember 3-part names. I don't know if I want to put her in safe or occur. It was, for the time, it was pretty memorable. I think for the time I'm gonna put it in occur, and if I want to change it later I can. Next we've got Tyra Sanchez. It's not that great of a name. It's definitely a pretty girl's name. It doesn't have really normal witness protection program vibes to it. So I think I just want to put that name in safe. I mean, now that I think about it, it might just be that I don't like Tyra. She wanted the name based off of, who's the host of America's Next Top Model is Tyra Banks. They literally call her the other Tyra. I'll keep her in safe for now. If I want to move her, I can. Next we've got Raja. Raja's interesting because she chose a single word name, which I personally like the single word names. It's also really memorable to her. It's got what is it, Hindu roots or something, and that's part of her culture. I think it's a really good name. You know what, I'm gonna put it in occur. I feel with drag names you need that element of funniness. Like it's gotta be some sort of pun or like some sort of joke in there. And it's not a funny name, but it is like really true to her aesthetic, and it's really memorable. So I'm gonna put her in Okur. Next we've got Sharon Needles. I immediately want to put that in the top level. I think Sharon Needles is like an S tier drag name. It's a pun, and it's also perfect to her aesthetic, which is like kind of creepy, morbid, fucked up, whatever. Yeah, Sharon Needles is a great drag name on its own, but with someone like the aesthetic of Sharon Needles, it's just a perfect drag name. All right, next up we got Chad Michaels, which is honestly, I don't know how to rank that name because I'm pretty sure that's her real name. I'm just gonna put her in safe for now because like it's just her name. Like it's her name. It's not, she didn't choose that name. Next we've got Jinx Monsoon, which it's an interesting name. It's quirky like Jinx is. I am also not the biggest fan of Jinx Monsoon. I feel mean saying that. She's a weird queen and I think she's really talented, but like she's just not quite my taste. I'm gonna put that name under safe. Next we've got Bianca Del Rio. It's a solid name. It's kind of basic though. Like for as like big of a personality Bianca is, she could have gone with like a more wild name. I'm gonna put her in safe. I'm also ranking all these really high. Maybe I should like start changing it up a little bit. I think I have to move Tyra down. Do I move her down to Booger Boots? The more I think about it, the worse of a name I think it is. I think I'm gonna move her down to Booger Boots. Cause like she literally chose to have another famous person's name. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Next we've got Violet Chachki. Okay, here's the thing. It's like divided into two categories. Like Violet, I do consider like a very pretty girl name. But Chachki is like, that's like a Jewish term, right? That means just like souvenir or trinket, right? I'm just gonna put her in safe because I think Violet's a great first name, but Chachki is maybe not the most appropriate last name for her. Next we've got Alaska Thunderfuck 3000, I think is her full name. It's a weird name, and honestly it really fits her whole vibe. I'm gonna put her in Okur. I'm just so biased. I love Alaska so much. I'm clearly wearing her shirt. Okay, I'm just gonna leave her in Okur, and if I feel like moving her up one more, then I will. Next we've got Bob the Drag Queen. Immediately I want to put her all the way at the top. Bob the Drag Queen is such a funny name. Like it's so basic and like so funny and like so honestly like accurate to what kind of a drag queen she is. Like she's just like blunt and also super funny, gives zero fucks. I love it. Next we've got Sasha Velour. I don't know, I feel like putting it in safe. I'm sorry, I think I have to move Bianca Del Rio down to choices because like I think that like Bianca Del Rio just sounds like a real woman's name. And like I love Bianca so much, but like the name does not live up to the personality. Okay, what about Sasha? Do I leave Sasha in safe or do I move her down to choices? God, I feel so mean because like I love all these queens except for Tyra. And also Violet. I'm not the biggest fan of Violet either, or Jinx. Maybe I don't like most of these queens. I low-key love Sasha though. It's an odd choice for a name though. No, I'm gonna leave it as is. Okay, I just moved Bianca. I feel so bad for Bianca though. Trixie Mattel. I love the name. I think it's so spot on with her aesthetic. I'm gonna move her to Okur right now for now. Do I want to move her to 10s across the board? No, because it's not like a pun. It's just like really accurate to her aesthetic. Let me like look at where we're going here. Do I keep BB? I think I'm just gonna move BB down to safe actually. Next we've got Aquaria, another one-word name, which is super cool. She's super cool. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking way too much about this. Okay, I'm just gonna put her in Okur because I think it's a really cool name, and like I don't want to keep adding to save because I feel like I put too many people there. I feel like Aquaria is a better name than Violet Chachki or Sasha Velour, and like Compared to some of these queens, I don't like Aquaria as much. Like, I think she's really talented, but I don't have like a personal love like I do with Alaska or Sharon or Trixie. But I don't like strongly dislike her either. Moving on to Monet Exchange. That's a really good name. I'm not the biggest fan of Monet, but I think that's a really good name. It does suck that Monet's name gets mixed up with like Monique Hart. I could put it in Okur, and I potentially could put the name up in tens across the board. Like, it's a really good name. You know what? I'm just gonna throw the name up there. We're just going based on names. We're just going based on names and not actually like how we feel about them or how talented we think they are. Trinity the Tuck. I don't know, that's a really good name as well. I kind of want to put that one in tens across the board. Because like, it's so iconic, but it's not funny though. Like, it's not a joke. So maybe I'll just put it in Okur. Next we've got Shea Coulee. It's not a good name. I don't even think it's like safe territory, like worthy of name. Like, the best thing about it is that like it rhymes. I think I gotta put Shea Coulee in choices. Next we've got Evie Oddly. Cool name and fitting to her aesthetic. She's very weird. It's not a joke, so I can't put it in tens across the board. God, why am I stressing so much about this? They're just drag queen names. I feel like they'll personally hate me if I put them like anywhere. Okay. Evie Oddly. And it rolls off the tongue so well. You know what? I think I want to put it in Okur. Last but not least, we've got Jada Essence Hall. I'll be honest here. It's not that great of a name, and I hate that we're ending on a name that I don't personally love. I don't even think it's like a safe name because it's not even like, there's no like extra element to it. Like, Jada Essence Hall sounds like a real person's name. Okay, I've got to put her in choices. I'm sorry. And I think she's really cool and talented, but I think it's not that memorable of a name, unfortunately. Like, you had a girl in the finals whose name was Crystal Method. That's such a good name. I would put that name in the tens across the board category. Like, that's such a funny name, and like her makeup and like her whole aesthetic and like energy is so weird and out there, and like it feels like you're on a drug trip, and her name is Crystal Method. Maybe I should do season 12 names. There were a lot of good names in season 12, and there's a lot of good names in season 13 as well. Let me just look at this finally and see if I want to like move anybody around. I feel weird having Monet Exchange up there, but like it's honestly like a really funny name and like it rolls off the tongue. I think the only issue is like it sounds like a couple of other famous queens' names and like it just gets mixed up. But if that weren't a factor, then it would be a really great and memorable name. I feel like other examples of great names are Pheromone. Like, she's not that great of a queen, but like that name is so great. I think it was season 12. So Jan, and on this show she went by just Jan. Her real drag name is Jan Sport, which is so funny and also so fitting for her personality. And also Britta, her real full drag name is Britta Filter, which not exactly the best fitting aesthetic in my opinion, but like it's a funny name, and unfortunately they can't have their full names on there due to copyright issues. Okay, I'll be honest, Mimi I'm First is kind of a great name. Oh my god, season 6, Courtney Act, that's also a great name because you gotta remember she's Australian, so when she says it's Courtney Act, like caught in the act. Okay, it's not a joke name, but Jiggly Caliente, great name. I feel like I'm missing a lot of great names. Comment below like your favorite drag names that you've seen, or just whoever your favorite drag queen is. Maybe let me know if you want me to do this again for like season 13, maybe season 12, or just like whatever season. I could do all of the seasons if you really want me to. I know I seemed really stressed doing this, but it was a lot of fun, and yeah, now that I know which website to go to that won't give me a headache, I am definitely more willing to do this in the future. So this is the final tier list. I'll see if I can save it if anybody else wants to look at it or download it or whatever. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do this again. And yeah, check out my other videos. I make Freestyle Fridays every single Friday, and other stuff like sometimes makeup, sometimes I look at my coworkers' OnlyFans, and I have a series called That's a Stretch where I talk about whatever I want and stretch. That is all. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!